Hello, it's Jeremiah with Affordable Mobility Solutions, and today I'm shooting a video of our old Ford Econoline. This is a mobility van. It's got the wheelchair lift in it, and I'll get right to that. As you can tell, this is not one of our nice new vans, but we took this on trade to make it here. This van drove from Garden City. It drove 4 hours away, so it made it here. As you can hear in the exhaust, got a little bit of a sputter. I would imagine this thing could use a good tune-up, new plugs, wires, if you plan on using it quite a bit. It's got the controls back here to operate all the doors, so you could actually enter. There it goes. So if you're in a wheelchair, you could come back here, and you can see the ramp folding out. This one takes it to the ground. Folds it down. What it's doing right now, it's hard to see here with the doors in the way. So this opens the doors, this folds it down, and this third button takes it to the ground. So you could actually do this from your wheelchair while you're sitting here if you wanted to drive this van. And we'll get the measurements on this ramp. It's not a real big ramp. It does have, or the lift, I'm sorry, does have a handle here. With these controls, will go take me up. This van, when we did this with two of us on it, it started leaning quite a bit. The shocks are old and worn. If you're going to be someone that's going to be on here with a 200-pound chair and you weigh 200 pounds, I would definitely recommend getting new shocks on here. But you can see it brought me up, no problems. You could enter here with your wheelchair, and then you could actually transfer to the driver's seat. And then from the driver's seat, we've got our controls here. Let's see, we go. I gotta find. There it is, that one. I'm sorry, I'm still learning these controls here. And then we do the doors in. Everything seems to work, and then once you're in the van, you when you want to get out, you reverse this process down, and then you'd get in your wheelchair, which would be right back here. We'd get our wheelchair onto the ramp, and then we'd go down. Get off our wheelchair, come around back here, and then we would take the lift back up. I'm doing this all so you can see everything's working. The next lever, second lever, is going to fold the ramp up. These doors were working perfectly earlier today. We've been having trouble getting these doors to close a little bit from this switch. Let's see if they'll work for me. Nope, we're not getting any love on closing them right now. I think it's the switch, because when I go inside the van, the switch for these doors works fine. So, as you can see, everything works pretty good. That switch might need a little attention back there. We're selling the van as is. If you want us to do some more work to it, it's got some rust spots on it. Overall, it's not the ugliest van in the world. I think it's got rust on the roof. It does need some tires on it. They drove us in from 4 hours away, but yes, I would not be taking this thing on the highway, 70 miles an hour for any long trips before I put some tires on it. Rust on the hood. So we're not trying to paint this van as anything it's not. We're trying to paint this van as the most economical, wheelchair accessible van you're going to find. It's running right now, it stays running, no problems. Has a lot of rust spots on it. If you're buying this for a show car, you're buying the wrong vehicle. So the interior, spare tire right there. The interior is actually pretty clean. I was pretty impressed. And we took this on a trade from a family that bought a newer van from us. It seems like it's been pretty well taken care of. And look at that interior, it's pretty dang clean. Dash looks good. We've tested the heater, it works. We do not believe the air conditioner works at the moment. The rear seat and back, carpets are all pretty clean. Headliner's all still in order, so not a bad old van. Underneath the hood, we have not done any work to this van. I believe it shows it's got a 4.9. If that's true, that's the V8. And I know this van, I know these old vans come with a V8 engine in them. And underneath it does show surface rust. You know, it's not a whole bunch of leaks under here. It's not, you know, dripping out any fluid as we speak. I can see some oil there in the back, a small leak. But overall, I mean, for the age and the price, it doesn't look like a bad van. If I were going to buy this, you know, if I were going to use it for a family member or something, I would get a tune-up. I would get new tires. And I would get new shocks on it for sure. You know, so if that's something you want us to do at your cost, you know, let us know. It's just something I'm not going to dump all that money into it. Then we have to raise the price $1,000, and you know, then someone can't afford it. So I'm leaving it, selling it as is. And if you have the budget, or you want us to fix it up a little bit and do some nicer things to it, let us know. We'll be happy to help. We'll give you a fair price. But if this is all you can afford and this is good enough for you, well, here it is. Let me take it on the highway so you can hear it run. Current miles on the odometer show 54,132. The owner that brought it in believes it's been rolled one time, so he thinks it's 154,000. But we're not promising nor guaranteeing what the miles are exactly on this. But let me get it on the highway so you can hear it run. Okay, the last portion of the video, I always like to take the van on a test drive. This van has a little bit of a miss when I accelerate. Again, it's what I call spark knocking. I think it needs a good tune-up. But we have not evaluated that for sure, but I'm 90% sure, you know, that's what it is. But as you can see, the van gets out, accelerates. We're up to about 60 miles an hour. The steering wheel isn't jumping back and forth, so you know, it drives pretty nice down the highway. What I'll do is I'll take the exit up here. I'll give the van a nice hard brake so you can see, you know, it seems to brake okay. Everything, certainly nothing on this van is great, but it all seems to be pretty solid from what I can tell. And please keep in mind, when you buy from us, we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We have over 400 transactions on eBay with all positive remarks from us. We've never had one single negative comment about us. And that's why we make these videos. I'm not trying to sell you a perfect van. I'm trying to sell you a solid van that we're being honest as we can about it. Alright, as I come in, no one's behind me. I've looked. You can see the steering wheel isn't jumping back and forth. You know, the rotors aren't warped. There's no squeaky brakes. The brakes aren't grinding. So like I said, overall, seems to be a solid van, especially for the budget. If you're looking for a perfect van, this is not your van. So please don't come in and nitpick our van and tell us all the problems. We know, I just showed them to you. Oh, and it does have a check engine light on down there. I knew I'd seen that at one point in this van. That's that spark plug, the wires in there, I think, that need to be, you know, replaced. It might be something else for even more. But overall, the van drives nice. It drives 65 miles an hour down the highway. It's been running throughout this video for about 20 minutes. Temperature gauge is right there in the middle, so we're not getting any overheating. So my name is Jeremiah. Thank you so much for checking out our van. If you ever want to come see this van or any of our other vehicles, please give me a call. Sometimes we're out doing things like this. I know your time is valuable. We don't want to miss you. 316-262-VANS. the 316-262-8267. Always try to make an appointment with us if you can. And we are open 24 hours a day at www.mobility316.com. Again, my name is Jeremiah. If we can help you in any way, you have any questions, please give us a call. Thanks for checking out our van, and have a good evening.